Your Majesties, First Lady Zelenska, Your Excellency, Lord Lieutenant, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome to the Liverpool Central Library. Throughout the whole complex bidding process for the Eurovision Song Contest, Ukraine was at the heart of everything we did. This is your show after all, and we are there just to stay to celebrate your country and its incredible and inspirational people. But when it comes to events, we are one of the best in Europe, if not the world. We know how to use our city to tell stories, to push boundaries, to inspire, to entertain, to keep people coming back time after time. The eyes of the world will be on Liverpool in May, but our hearts will be with the Ukrainian people. We have devised a cultural programme to complement the Eurovision Song Contest, which is moving, empathetic, fun, attention-grabbing, but most importantly, educational. As part of our cultural programme, it is my pleasure to announce the unique twinning of this Central Library, Liverpool, with the MS. My apologies before I try this one to every Ukrainian here. Hureshevsky Scientific Library of Odesa. More than 300 libraries in Ukraine have been destroyed since the start of the war, and the reason for the twinning is to allow Central Library to share experience and provide support for the cultural, humanitarian, and re-establishment of their services. Under this scheme, librarians at Liverpool City Council and Odesa will have the opportunity to share resources and offer residents a better understanding of their European counterparts. The scheme will also provide residents with increased resources to help improve language skills and boost career opportunities. A unique twinning which benefits so many that will last long after this Eurovision Song Contest, and we hope will be a legacy of the event well into the future. May I now kindly ask First Lady Zelenska to respond. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your Majesties, Lord Lieutenant, Madam Mayor, dear Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Amelchenko, dear guests, I'm greatly honored to be present at this twinning ceremony. I'm thankful to their Majesties, the King and the Queen for their attendance today, for the daily friendship and support from them. I'd like to express how important this manifestation of solidarity is for us in Ukraine, and this is not the only case of it. The recent London Book Fair offered a display of smashed furniture and items from the Ukrainian libraries destroyed by Russian missiles. It is really scary to see books burning on the shelves of destroyed libraries, shattered bookshops, or gutted flats. From the beginning of this full-scale war, Ukraine has lost more than 300 libraries. And libraries, like people in Ukraine, they risk their existence every day. At the same time, our libraries have also grown into something bigger. In those particularly challenging winter days, with electricity and heating cuts because of shelling, the libraries turned into humanitarian and volunteer hubs, places for people to stay together, to feel warm in the broadest sense of it. In these challenging times, books and the culture provide us with not just moral, but also physical support. We are defending our culture as it does the same to us. Yes, there was a time when the Odesa Library had to be rebuilt from ruins after it had been bombed by Nazis during the Second World War. Now it is helping us to stand up against other invaders. Ukraine is fighting today so a book is burnt or a human dies, so that wars only remain a thing for historic research, so that everyone in the world feels free to read and grow without being threatened with attack or needing to fight for survival. We thank you, Great Britain, for standing with us also on this cultural front line. And long live books, and long live those who read them.
Can I now ask His Majesty to respond?
Madam First Lady, Your Excellency Lord Mayor, it is a particular delight for my wife and I to join you today, both here in Liverpool and in Odessa, to celebrate the twinning of Liverpool's Central Library and the National Scientific Library in Odessa. I must say I find it truly terrifying that more than 300 state and university libraries in the Ukraine have been destroyed in recent months. And our hearts go out to all those who I know have been so affected, and also how much has been lost in this terrible disaster. If it is true to say that the limits of our language are the limits of our world, then the role of libraries is something to be treasured greatly. Libraries, the books, and the stories of the human condition they make available to us all, broaden our experience, expand our knowledge of a myriad of subjects, and most importantly, deepen our understanding of the humanity common to us all. As may be said in Ukraine, Nihai rietsai dasu, a book saves the soul. And in doing so, they and libraries, quite simply, give us shared worlds without limit. So, Lord Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope more than anything else that your joint venture is the greatest possible success.
May I now kindly ask Your Majesties to unveil the plaque to commemorate the twinning. Behind you, sir.